Hello, my name's Tom Beasley, and welcome to another edition of Box Office Burst, a weekly look at the films that did the best at the weekend box office. It's a bit of a strange one this week because just about every major studio has said no thanks to the prospect of releasing a decent property in a week that is sandwiched between a movie where Dwayne Johnson fights a gorilla and the biggest superhero movie of all time. As a result, little change in the rankings this week, with every film in the top 10 dropping by around 50% or more, and only two new entries, and one of those is the Blade Runner secret cinema screenings, so that doesn't really count. Big hitters like The Greatest Showman and Black Panther are still in the top 10. Panther is likely to cross the £50 million mark in the next week, which makes it part of a very exclusive club of which there are only 30 members. And the only Marvel film to be a member of that group is Avengers Assemble. But let's get moving with the top five. At five, it's Peter Rabbit, which has suffered an astonishing 76% drop from last week to tumble 3 places in the rankings, completely scuppered by the hot sunny weather over the weekend that kept kids outdoors where they belong. It wasn't all bad for the Rabbit though, because the movie crossed the lifetime total of Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle this week, becoming Sony's highest grossing UK release that isn't a James Bond movie. It's a non-mover in 4th place, with Ready Player One adding another $500,000 for about 15.4 mil to date. With little buzz around it, it's kind of only a lack of competition that has kept this one in the charts for so long. Not a movie anyone was massively excited about in the end. At number 3, it's our only new entry this week, and it's the preposterously named, wait for it, the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I can say it if I take a run up. That made 826,000 over its opening weekend. It's a solid total, almost exactly on pace with the wartime drama Their Finest from last year. That was one of the highlights of last year for me, a considerably more charming movie than this one. But Guernsey should do its best business midweek with the older crowd who go to the cinemas on Tuesday and Wednesday mornings when they offer them free tea and biscuits with the screenings. Who doesn't want that? It also certainly serves as the main counter-programming for people who don't like monstrous beings with superpowers hitting each other. So it could stick around for a few weeks. At number 2, it's A Quiet Place, with the slimmest decline in the whole top 10, falling just 47%. Because of that, it actually jumps a spot from last week, thanks to the major decline of Peter Rabbit. So Quiet Place added another million over the weekend for a solid £8 million today. There's no surprise though in the number 1 spot, as Dwayne Johnson and the Big Gorilla remain at number 1 despite a huge 66% decline from last week. The film added 1.4 million for a 6.5 million pound total. Expect the film to take another massive hit next week because there's no prizes for guessing which film will top the box office. The only question really is just how big Avengers Infinity War will open. The last Avengers team-up, Age of Ultron, managed a mammoth £18 million in 2015, while Avengers Assemble debuted with 15.8 million back in 2012. Infinity War will be expected to smash both of those records and will be looking with envy at the all-time record £45.6 million opening weekend managed by the last Bond movie, Spectre. Although, thanks to studio trickery, that wasn't really a weekend and was a 7-day opening. For the biggest true opening weekend, you have to look at the final Harry Potter movie, Deathly Hallows Part 2, which managed £23.75 million. That's what Marvel will be looking to best with Infinity War, and if anyone can do it, it's Thanos. And Disney, of course. Don't forget Disney. So that's our box office top 5 for this week. Next week will be the interesting one when we see what Infinity War is doing. But let me know what you think of the films in this week's top 5. Leave a comment below, as well as liking this video and subscribing to the Popcorn Muncher channel for more videos, whether it's the weekly box office roundup or my different videos, my top 5s, my analysis videos, all of that sort of stuff. Find that by subscribing to the channel. Also, make sure you go to thepopcornmuncher.com for all of our general movie coverage, reviews, news, lists, all of that sort of stuff. I'll also leave our social media channels in the description below, so make sure you follow those too. Thanks very much for watching.